This is the story of a girl named Tessa, who is a professional killer. Tessa used to work for a gang that used to kill people. And now, the company for which the gang works, they use an advanced and strange method to kill people. This gang, before targeting any person, chooses a special person who is close to their target and can easily reach the target and get their work done. Because then these people completely control the mind of the chosen person. And Tessa goes inside his mind. And that body belongs to someone else, but Tessa is inside his mind. In this way, Tessa kills her target very easily. But it is easy to enter anyone's mind like this, but it is as difficult to come out of the mind. That's why Tessa, which goes into anyone's mind, eventually forces him to kill himself. And then as soon as that person dies, Tessa comes out of his mind and becomes free. So the film starts with a girl named Holy, who is controlled by Tessa and puts something in her mind. After doing this, Holy activates a device with which her emotions start changing rapidly. Sometimes she starts laughing, sometimes she starts crying, sometimes she makes a sad face, sometimes a happy face. Holy leaves her house and goes to a big party and stabs a man in the neck badly. Then she stabs him many times until he goes completely mad and makes him feel bad. There was a bloodshed there. When Holy believes that the man is dead, she puts the gun in her mouth and tries to kill herself. But even after her many attempts, she could not kill herself. It seemed that the gun was not working on her. Then the police come there and surround Holy from all sides. The police ask her to put her gun down, but Holy refuses and tries to shoot her. The police shoot her at the same time, and this is how Holy dies. After that, a lab scene is shown where Tessa entered Holy's mind through a device so that she could kill that man. And Tessa has done her mission quite well. She killed that target through Holy. After that, when the police killed Holy, Tessa's mind also comes back free. But in this process, the energy of her mind is decreasing. Because this whole mission is a game of the mind, in which Tessa's mind is attached to the body of another man for a long time, which was making her weak quickly. That's why she is changing her mind completely. But the company keeps a close eye on this. That's why we see Tessa's handler here, who works as her caretaker. Tessa keeps an eye on every activity. Now this caretaker used to be a murderer, used to work for the company. But now she is retired. Now the caretaker treats her mind to keep the balance of Tessa's mind. Shows her a lot of things related to her life, so that Tessa's memory gets ready again. And when Tessa sees those things, she suddenly remembers everything, which makes it clear that her memory is still absolutely fine. Tessa picks up a box in which a butterfly was packed. Caretaker asks Tessa if she knows anything about this butterfly. Tessa says yes. When I was small, I killed this butterfly, but later I was very sorry about it. That's why I packed it and kept it with me. After that, the caretaker tells Tessa that we have got our next task. And this mission is very big. Before today, we never got such a big task. Obviously, if the mission is big, its price will also be very big. That's why we are going to get a lot of money. Tessa agrees for the mission, but she says that before doing the mission, she wants to meet her family. Caretaker refuses her and says that the work we do, the mind has to calm down, for which we have to stay away from the family, so that their mind can't change. And our mind's balance should also be maintained. And this thing makes our mind better. But Tessa remains stubborn and goes to meet her family. Tessa had a husband and a son in her house. She starts a practice before going inside her house, so that she can decide how she will talk to her husband and how she will talk to her son. It was exactly the same as she does before getting into someone else's mind. Tessa does this practice so that she can think about how to talk to whom. Now we can guess how much Tessa has lost in her work. All these things have affected her mind so much. In this way, Tessa goes inside her house. She starts living with her husband and son. But here also Tessa's work was not leaving her behind, because she saw the opposite things, like blood stains everywhere, and where brutally, mercilessly she is killing people. Actually, Tessa is also very brutal. That's why she was seeing her own glimpses in her thoughts. In this way, Tessa goes back to the company after spending some time with her family, where the caretaker tells her about the mission. She says that we have to kill a very rich man in this mission. Now the rich man's stepson wants to kill his stepdad, i.e. that rich man and his son. so that all the property belongs to him. But the caretaker's real plan was even more dangerous. She says that first we will kill the rich man, then we will blackmail his stepson, so that after his death, half the wealth is given to his stepson and half to us. After which she tells the plan to kill the rich man. She says that to kill the rich man, we have to enter the body of his son's fiancé, whose name is Colin. Now all the people were ready to do this work. That's why Tessa also starts her work. She starts collecting all the information about Colin, so that when she goes into his body, no one feels that Colin has changed. And Tessa can also do her work easily. Now after a few days after researching this, Tessa tells the caretaker that I am fully ready to enter his mind. Then the company people catch Colin and put a chip in his mind, so that Tessa can control his mind and enter it. Soon Tessa entered his mind, and now Tessa is completely in control of Colin, and she starts doing her daily work like Colin. She also goes to work in Colin's company. This company belongs to a rich man, who is their target, whom Tessa has come to kill. Now everything was going well, but in between, Colin started getting heavy on Tessa, because his mind keeps getting active. In a way, there was a fight going on between these two minds. But after a while, Tessa starts getting heavy on his mind again. She takes full control of the body. But here Tessa's mind was getting more and more confused, because she was missing her family in between. That's why she breaks out of her house with Colin's body, and starts seeing her family from there. Then Colin Tessa comes to his house, to his fiancée, that is, to the daughter of a rich man. Now she had noticed that Colin's behavior is changing. He is in some confusion. That's why the daughter of a rich man tries to talk to him so that he can know what is bothering Colin. But she was unaware of the fact that something else was going on inside Colin. Tessa is entering his mind and controlling him. Now such a time passes, and then the day comes when he's said to kill the rich man. Now Tessa starts her work. Tessa changes Colin's emotions with the help of a machine. As we saw with Holly at the beginning of the story, Colin reaches a party where the rich man was present, and many more people had come here. Tessa sees this and understands that this is the right time. She can tell everyone why. That's why Colin killed the rich man. She cleverly makes the rich man and Colin fight. Their argument has increased so much that they start fighting badly. The rich man calls Colin very bad, and everyone was watching this scene in the party. When the fight gets worse, the rich man's guards kick Colin out of the party. Tessa understands that now the time has come to complete her mission. Tessa goes to the rich man on the pretext of apologizing when he was eating with his daughter. Then as soon as his daughter went away from there, Tessa hits him. She attacks him badly. His cruel behavior came in front. She cuts his face, body, hands, and feet with a rod and kills him badly. Then the daughter of the rich man also came here. That is Colin's fiancée. Tessa kills her too. In this way, she had completed her mission. And now the time had come to finish this body, that is Colin, so that he can be free. That's why she forces Colin to shoot himself and kill himself. But here too the same thing happens which happened on Holy. That is, she was not able to kill Colin like her. She can't shoot. In this matter, Tessa gets trapped. She is so disturbed that she gets sick and she vomits blood. After separating, the caretaker also understands that Colin's mind is overpowering Tessa, and Tessa's control is ending. Then we see Tessa and Colin talking in a strange place, which was the brain of Russell Colin. And then their game goes on like this. Sometimes Tessa was hitting Colin, so sometimes Colin hits Tessa. Now Colin went to his fiancée's friend's house. He says that I have a fight with him, so I want to stay here for a few days, because he had found out that I had killed the rich man and his daughter. That is his fiancée. So the police must be looking for me. He wanted to hide here to escape the police. He couldn't tell her everything, because he didn't even know what was happening to me. And now he starts living here. But Tessa's mind gets active inside Colin, and she kills that girl first. That's when the doorbell rang. When Colin checked, there was a boy there, who says that this girl had called me home. That's why Colin lets him in. But he cleverly kills Colin and makes him unconscious. And now that boy starts treating Colin's mind. But after a while, when Colin regains consciousness, he points a gun at that girl. That boy says that I am a partner of the caretaker, and I am a partner in every mission. I keep an eye on everything, so that if something goes wrong, I can fix it. Tessa says that Colin's mind is not being able to control it. She's getting trapped, because of which she is very worried. So please, you shoot me. But the caretaker's partner says sorry. But I can't kill you because I am not a killer. After this, the caretaker's partner again connects Tessa to the computer and starts keeping an eye on her mind. Then we see that Colin and Tessa's fight is going on in her mind. This time, he overpowers Tessa and picks up Tessa's face. He puts the skin of her face with him so that he can recognize her. With this, we can understand that in this fight, Colin has completely overpowered Tessa. And now Colin has complete control of the body. That's why when Colin wakes up, he sees that I have killed the caretaker's partner. Now he starts seeing glimpses. He sees how Tessa attacked a rich man and killed him. And now he sees that girl dead in front of him. In whose house she is at this time. During this, Tessa again tries to control Colin's mind and forces her to shoot herself. But Colin is saving himself because once again his mind was active. But now their minds are completely one, where Colin does not take long to understand that. The most important thing for Tessa is her family, and he goes to Tessa's house. There he goes and points a gun at Tessa's husband and tells Tessa, "If you still don't come out of my mind, then I will kill your husband." Tessa tells Colin in her mind, "If you want to kill him, then kill him, because I want to finish my family anyway." Hearing this, Colin is completely surprised. That's why Tessa's husband pushes him and starts running away. But then Colin catches him and mercilessly kills him. And it is obvious that Tessa has killed him, not Colin. After killing him, Tessa tries to finish Colin so that he can be free. But then his son comes there and stabs Colin in the neck, because of which his blood started coming out quickly. Tessa was still active in Colin. That's why she starts shooting at her daughter, because of which he started dying. Now on one side, Colin was dying, and on the other side, Tessa's son. He says, "Get me out of here." This is what those who are angry in someone's mind say. That is, at this time, someone was angry in Tessa's son's mind. But who? We will find out the answer to this later. And now they both die together, with whom we see the lab scene, where this time Tessa's mother-in-law and her caretaker are also awake, from which we understand that there is no one else in Tessa's son's mind. In fact, it was the caretaker who actually came to get Tessa out of there. And her purpose was also that Tessa should finish her family, because her family is making Tessa mentally weak. And now, after the end of the family, she will be mentally fine, so she will become a better killer, which can prove to be very beneficial for the company. And now the caretaker starts testing Tessa's mind again the next day to check her memory, where Tessa looks at her stuff like before, and also the butterfly on it. When the caretaker asks her about the butterfly, then Tessa tells the whole story. But this time, she doesn't say that I was sorry to kill the butterfly, which proves that she has now become a perfect killer, and more brutal than before. Cruel. And now there is no meaning for her sadness, sorrow, pain, relationships, with which this film ends here.